Playing Hardspace Shipbreaker. This is episode 15 of our No Revival run. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we did an experiment last time with the javelin. We threw most of it into the barge and to see how high we could get without tearing apart every little piece. And it did okay. We got the demo charges, so we get the iron rings now. But we didn't get to level 7s, and we didn't really have the time to do much else within one shift. And it actually wound up taking 2, but we just kind of, as an experiment, saw how far we could get without deconstructing the ship entire. We got another Atlas tug. I'd like to take another crack at that at some point. Macro heavy cargo. We haven't done one of these yet. They're not too different from the light cargo. See what else is available. I'd like to keep going with the higher tier difficulty ones. We might not go all the way to 7 though, because again, I want to take another shot at this tug. The javelins will become easier as we get finish all the upgrades with both tethers and a few of the other ones, demo charges and the like. So I think we'll give the Atlas another shot. Got 50 tethers. I think we did upgrade them last time, so we maxed them out. We don't have to buy more this time. Just gonna go ahead and try to tear off all these light arrays off the front of the ship real quick with tethers. And one more. There we go. And we'll see if we can get these ones off here. I don't want to attach it to the front of the ship. Yeah, it is what happened. Well, that's interesting. So we might have to get the top ones off manually. I don't really have a line of sight to the barge. Throw them that way immediately. There might be a better way to do this. I'm just not sure what it is yet. And let's go ahead and get the pusher pads off the front of the ship as well. See where the cut points at in there.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
I do that as quickly as possible. We're gonna run down to the far end here. Looks like might be depressurized. I don't know if it is all the way through. Yeah, not bad. These green pickups here are actually just cash, I think. It looks like we're all depressurized here. We do have a pressurized lower section of the ship. This might stuff's come flying out of here at me. Grab that thing. And we'll go inside maybe. Get some of these cut points. Not gonna worry about that one right now. Some of these cut points are just to get titanium out of this section here, which is otherwise, unlike a regular ship that wasn't cargo or something of the like, it would be made out of aluminum, but in this case it's kind of this grate that has titanium in it. Let's go ahead and get these off. The thrusters might be the part of the ship that takes the longest. By itself, anyway. All in all, I think I can get them pretty quick. There are some coolant stuck on the side here. We're not too worried about that. It's sort of the pickup amounts of coolant, as opposed to, say, like the kind that needs to go into the barge.
Fuel levels are low. Fuel supplies are available.
And one of the things you can do with it, you can kind of frost over the sections that will catch on fire as you cut open the thrusters here. and it'll prevent them from catching on fire. We don't really need to do it because we can kind of run the gauntlet and get past the flames and shut off the fuel before we get caught on fire, or at the very least before the thruster explodes. And that's certainly faster than doing the somewhat safer method of using the cryo we find back here in the thrusters. Although at some point I may have to do it just to demo it and show people what I'm talking about. In this case, we're going to try to keep going for speed. So we're going to skip it.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Throw a couple tethers on here real quick. They should last the duration. We'll see. I might have to throw another one on that second one. And this is the part I was talking about. We can prevent these from catching on fire if we hit them with some, like a cracked cryo canister before opening it up here. You have to manually break it though. Pull ourselves out of here and start cutting again.
Thruster dangerously unstable. Proceed with caution.
There we go. Do the same thing on this side.
Salvage
Pull
deposit
tethers first.
registered. Account credited.
We'll get to cutting.
Thruster unstable. Fire hazard risk high.
Not great. That's on fire, but we kind of dodged it.
Helmet repair required. For best
Okay,
results,
yes.
be sure to send your helmet
Pretty
to a
low on
certified
fuel,
links
and
repair
there's an
center.
O2 link. That's pretty bad.
Thruster fuel
We'll see how much O2 we
Superior
got here.
unstable.
If we run out, we could be in trouble. I didn't know it did that. Not that I experimented too much with taking damage. Might have to do like a suit patch at the master deck. We'll see. Once we gotta go back for fuel, it's not that big a deal. Something like that along the way.
Welcome to Vendatron 9000. Thank you for your
Alright,
purchase.
that worked. We need more oxygen and
Oxygen levels
tethers.
stabilizing.
Just saw the T and clicked. Pull that thing up front. See if we can get it away. Meanwhile, we gotta get these thrusters we threw back here into the barge before we forget. Interesting, they're still tethered. Well, that one is anyway. Well, it'll wear off before the other one does, and it'll eventually make its way to the barge, I hope.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Go up here and get the fuel section. This one's gonna be a careful cut, if ever there was one. And we need these things moving toward the processor.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
Same error again. I thought that was a clean cut, but apparently it wasn't.
Fire damage detected.
I get rid of this thing.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
I send this whole thing. Well, we gotta grab it from somewhere it's not ripping apart. Try to get into the thruster, the processor. See what I mean about, you know, log jam by the processor sometime, but since all these parts are on this side of the ship, we have to be, we can't really throw them on the other side. Although I could have split up what I was doing so that I would have been using on that side as well and thrown some stuff over to my right.
Credits awarded.
Alright, that's fine. See how we're doing
Material
over here.
accepted.
Keep this whole thing separate. So we'll do something like that. We don't want to get caught in between like we did before. That would definitely be a mistake. Go down here. Be a little more careful with the cuts on these. We don't want to blow up again.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
Maybe we even use the stinger. We'll see if we can get back here. You gotta look at this thing. Oh, well, that's our no revival run.
This event may be recorded for training and quality purposes. Contract
We'll have to start over, I guess. Nice. That looked like a clean cut to me, but you know, it's always a little different. It's a little weird because where you put the reticle is not always where the laser goes. Although it seems that way, especially with the split saw. So you can get away with a lot of stuff. Well, that's it. We're back to 0. We'll have to try another run.